المرتبة الثانية نجد الاتحاد الجزائري ب 22 نقطة بعد 13 مباراة، فاز في 5 وتعادل في 7 وانهزم في 1، سجل 16 هدف وتلقى 10 أهداف، في حين أولمبيك أكبو بالنقاط وهو بنقطة واحدة فقط، يبعد طبعا المجموع نقاطه على الاتحاد الجزائر بنقطة واحدة ويحتل المرتبة السادسة طبعا في اعتبارات أخرى. 16 مباراة فاز في 6 تعادل في 3 وانهزم في 4، سجل 16 هدف وتلقى 14 هدف. كرة على الجهة اليسرى لبوسليو وحسنين، كرة من خالدي كان راحت لدراوي ثم بوسليو خالد يوصل لدراوي وحسنين، كرة مرت لا تمر وخرجت فيها راية، فيها راية. هل الكرة خرجت إلى 5 أمتار و50 على الصورة؟ يظهر المساعد الأول، الحكم المساعد الأول وضعية تسلل. نعم محمد أمين رزقان يرفع الراية والحكم يقول يعاد تنفيذ الخطأ، والكرة يجب أن تكون ثابتة وفي المكان. بن شريفة إلى معبريش، لاعب سابق في شبيبة القبائل 27 سنة. ثم زيدي الانطلاقة، كرة ما خرجتش، ثم غربي الانطلاقة على الجهة اليمنى من سديري، هو مجهود كبير جدا يبذله سديري وتروح الكرة إلى الركنية الثانية. نعم محمد سديري 29 سنة، لاعب سابق لمولودية البيض، وعلى الصورة كان يظهر طبعا المدرب السابق لمولودية البيض لطفي عمروش، عارف انه فريقه ضيع 6 نقاط وحتى نقطة التعادل امام شباب الوزاد الذي يعود بقوة في الآونة الأخيرة، والرأسية والدفاع من شتي لغشة، لا ما ليس غشة، كان خالدي ويلعب الكرة وتروح إلى التماس على الجهة اليسرى لصالح الياس شتي. 6 دقائق، 0 مقابل 0. غياب الجمهور محير، يعني اللي فريق راه يحتل المرتبة الثانية بالنقاط أو الثالثة بالنقاط ب 21 نقطة، لو يفوز اليوم يكون عنده 24 نقطة، يعني يصبح الفريق يحتل المرتبة الثانية. دراوي الياس شتي في وسط ميدان مريلي، تروح للياس شتي يضيعها بعد تدخل توفيق عدادي وتضيع مباشرة، تصبح لمريلي، اسلام يضيعها امام مندي، اقول كانت لسديري بحندوه صافره. هاو سديري على الصوره، لاعب مولودية البيض سابقا 29 سنة، دخل من الخلف كما نشاهد. زموم يضيع كرة امام رضواني، ينطلق رضواني، الكرة تروح لبوسليو او لغشة، غشة ما مرتش امام لاعبين، يحتفظ بالكرة قدم يوصل الجناح الخلفي لكونزا، كرته قصيرة وتسترجع من كانت من بن شريفة، وصل لعدادي بدوره، عدادي لبوكاروم يرجعها له التوفيق عدادي في وسط الميدان، ثم لعمريش. طويلة الفكرة كانت جيدة ولكن التنفيذ لم يكن في مستوى الفكرة. طبعا ضغط كبير جدا على اللاعبين وضغط النتيجة والنقاط. نحن نقترب طبعا هذه المباراة الرابعة عشر لكل فريق، وطبعا تبقى المباراة الأخيرة اللي طبعا
Benin, unlucky Botswana. I'm not sure the goalkeeper would have gotten to it.
He was completely beaten there. You know, players, you're always told anything above the wall on target gives you a 90% chance of scoring, and there they had it, and unfortunately for them, it just hit the crossbar, but a very good free kick taken by Botswana.
Botswana, 45.3% of the possession, 54 in favor of Benin, who coincidentally also held 60% ball possession, dominating the game against Congo, though that time there was nothing to show for all their efforts. Orebonye gets the ball through. The Almeida comes in to neutralize the attack. Spread out once again to the left flank. That seems to be their go-to flank to launch all attacks. Utilizing the goal scorer, Johan Roche.
Oh, it doesn't get any closer than that.
That's spread again. Johan.
Hit the upright.
In the center of the park, neat cutback. That was a cheeky back heel. Played off well. Referee says play on advantage.
I'm not sure the goalkeeper would have gotten to it.
He was
Ultimately brings that
there.
down and now seems to signal the medics.
Anything above the wall on target gives you a 90% chance of scoring, and there they had it, and unfortunately for them it just hit the crossbar, but a very good free kick taken by Botswana.
Botswana, 45.3% of the possession, 54 in favor of Benin, who coincidentally also held 60% ball possession, dominating the game against Congo, though that time there was nothing to show for all their efforts. Orebonye gets the bank to launch all attacks, utilizing the goal scorer, Johan Roche. That's spread again. Johan. To the center of the park. Neat cutback. That was a cheeky back heel. Played off well. Referee says play on advantage. Ultimately brings that down and now seems to signal the medics as both players stay prone on the ground. We'll have another look at what exactly happened there.
Yeah.
Coming together and sternums clashing.
Motsiwa just seemed to have gone into Roche there, and they just seem to knock the wind out of each other there with their bodies. That could be a little bit draining. Just hope that both players are doing well.
Que cambia radicalmente, sí. Pero bueno, el larguero se puso en el camino del lanzador de la falta.
When you look at the second matches at the African Cup of Nations that Benin have played, they've all been defeats. 3 of them against Nigeria. That was in 2004, 2008, and 2010. And then one draw
buenos minutos, pese a tratarse del debut y tan solo 19 años.
And you look at Botswana,
que está
well, they only
conectado y que no le quema el
returned
balón.
for the second time to the African Cup of Nations in 30 years.
Sí, tremendo.
They still have some very dark memories of their second group match. That was in 2012, where they were beaten soundly 6-1. It was by Guinea. Still remains their heaviest defeat in the competition's history. Well, spliced out here, Almeida. Plays it out onto the flank.
Some very good play from Junior Olaitan from Benin. I think he's been one of the best players in this first half for them. He's been very busy, making a lot of runs. They're just trying to find his teammates. Unfortunately for him, he's just not coming off yet, but he has been very effective for Benin going forward.
So that's a foul. Junior Olaitan. Fouled here, and that's a free kick. And just a bit of a coming together. Didn't look like there was much about it.
Just see Benin just trying to take their time. They have the lead. They're not under pressure, so they're just trying to set the pace here and not allowing anything from Botswana.
If you look at Benin, previously They lost their first 6 matches at the African Cup of Nations. The team that would likely become the second team to get that kind of record is Botswana. They've lost 5 of their first matches at the African Cup of Nations. Should they lose tonight, they'll shake hands with the team that has beaten them and join that unwanted record.
Welcome to the club, brother. Yeah, I think they would not want to have that record, but so far it looks like it's headed that way.
3 minutes left to play in normal time of the first half. Benin will now want to definitely bolt it up at the back and make sure that they carry that 1-0 lead into the halftime interval. Center of the park, quick interchange of passes. Well, they'll definitely want to grind down the pace a bit. They've largely controlled the tempo of the game.
Yeah.
And Botswana have been snatching and responding more reactive than proactive.
And Benin has been quite good in trying to win the ball back. Every time they have lost it, they've put a lot of pressure on Botswana to try and force them into mistakes. And that shows that they do not want Botswana having any time to play them and attack them.
Goitsione, Foko, the goalkeeper, gets a touch, spreading it out here to the right. We'll look to build from deep. And it's a slow pace, but that's all the space that's afforded to them. Sono marking well implemented here by Benin. Olaitan having a very good showing. Ishola Jr. And that didn't manage to start the first game, but is available for selection in this one and making it count. And there's a bit of a coming together. The referee has run out of patience now, and it's to the book for Ditsele. I think he's been asking for it. He's constantly been going after a couple of players, and Shamira Nabada is at the end of her tether, reaches into her pocket and brandishes a yellow card for the Gaborone United player, Lea Bogang Ditsele.
Yeah, that was just a little bit too aggressive from him there. Trying to get his team out of trouble, but just creates more trouble from them for his teammates. And he ends himself a yellow card. And being in that position where he's playing as a holding midfielder, that puts him under a lot of pressure because he's the one that has to stop the Benin attacks. And now he cannot afford to go fully in, or he will have himself going for an early shower.
So free kick in prime area, launched in towards the far post, misguided.
Yeah, not the best of set pieces from Waitan there. I thought he should have tried to whip it in more as if he was going for goal himself, so that if anyone runs past the ball, they could have an opportunity to just head the ball into the back of the net. A wasted set piece from them.
Well, there'll be 3 minutes of time added as we have struck the 45th minute mark. Not less, according to the referee's book, not less than 3 minutes. It's going to be an easy walk in the park here to run those out, or at least that's what it would appear on paper. There's a bit of dither with the ball here between Benin. We finally managed to get the ball cleared towards the center of the park. Moni. There's a forward. The ball finds its way all the way back to the defense. Well, goalkeeper will fancy a touch here. Nobody coming forward. And now that's played back the goalkeeper, Marcel Dangino.
Yeah, I think Benin will just need to manage the game. They have the lead, and they're not as much as under pressure as Botswana would want to put them under. So the most important thing for them is just to control the possession, manage the game, and force Botswana to come out of their comfort zone. And they will get the openings that they are looking for.
Well, now they do have it, and streaking forward. There's support out on the right, and it's found out there. Whipping in across. Flanked away. Moni will be out here to chase and retrieve. Picking that up, Steve Moni. And that plays in Taki for Alanya Sport. Getting that ball on heavy. Spread to pop towards the box area. That's nudged away by Johnson.
Yeah.
That will count as a corner.
Indeed, it is a corner kick. Some good play from Benin again, just trying to make those little passes in the middle of the park and forcing Bosana to come out, press, and then they're finding the spaces in the wide areas where they're putting in some good crosses into the box and giving Bosana a lot of trouble.
Bosana will need Johnson put that out for a corner, and now we'll probably have the final bit of action before the halftime interval. Junior Ishola Olaitan to deliver. Steps in the cross, meets the head, firmly put away, but still within the box area, so danger lurking. First shot finds a block, second attempt still comes short, and finally hacked clear by the Zebras. De Almeida plays it back to the goalkeeper. So launches a long ball forward. Well, that's a timely recovery in possession by Botswana, but the urgency to get that ball forward appeals for a handball. And the referee rightly calls for it. So free kick to Benin. But Chukudu hasn't had the showing that he would have wanted. It's normally supposed to be an impact player. Was the only change that was made as Kopa dropped out of the starting lineup, but it hasn't shown for him. It's instead shown very much so for Johan Roche. One goal it's been, as there'll be protests of innocence and appeals to the center referee Shamir Nabanda for a yellow card that was given earlier. But
45 za kwanza, Benin moja, Botswana sifuri.
Here, we're known for our sense of service. It's all about finding ways to support you. Day after day, doing everything we can to be useful and providing energy in all its forms. Everywhere, every time, all across the continent.
Dakika 45 zinamalizika kwa kikosi cha Benin kwenda mbele mapumziko na bao 1-0. Mtu ambaye alionekana kuleta majonzi kwa taifa, lakini katika dakika 45 za kipindi cha kwanza Roche anawapatia bao la kuongoza, pasi tamu zaidi kutoka kwa mtu ambaye tulimzungumza kwa muda mrefu kidogo, Steve Munie, na kuweza kuandikia Benin kuongoza kwa bao 1-0. Karibu sana katika uchambuzi wa dakika 45 za kipindi cha kwanza. Mimi ni Saidi Salibu Msumi, nipo na James Samuel, Jimmy Tiger, Sauti Mamlaka, pamoja na Ramadhan Boduke. Lakini kwanza tutakwenda mapumziko, rafikisha tunarejea. Bao pekee ambalo linaleta utofauti wa mchezo wa leo likifungwa na mlinzi Roche kutoka kuwa mtu ambaye alisakamwa kutokana na kosa lake kuiadhibu Benin dhidi ya DRC the Leopards mpaka leo kufunga bao na kuweza kuongoza kwa bao 1-0. Pasi ambayo imepigwa na Steve Mounier, nahodha kikosi cha Benin, lakini Roche alichokifanya ameugusa deflection, umempoteza golikipa Fok.
Yes, bao zuri na faida nyingine ni kwamba leo amehamishwa kutoka center back, amepelekwa kuwa beki wa kushoto. Amekutana na matukio mawili makubwa. Moja ni ajali yake yeye na mlinzi mwenzie, lakini angalia namna ambavyo hili bao lilivyo. Alikuwa ameichagua kupiga chini, lakini mlinzi wakati anataka kublock ule mpira akaugonga, ukampelekea Poko kuto kuona vizuri na ukaingia kwenye net. Goli zuri kwa maana ya team goal, sababu pasi ndefu ambayo imepigwa na mlinzi wakati yeye anafanya movement kule juu, tayari hapa mlengo alikuwa ni yeye, ndo akapiga mpira wa kichwa, alafu akampa option tena Steve Mounier wapi aende, na Steve Mounier anaweza kuhold mpira vizuri, linka mzuri. Kabla ya goli hili kuna goli lilifungwa, lakini bahati mbaya alikuwa offside. Uliona pasi ambayo alimpigia Tosin. Kwa hiyo ni moja
Here, we're known for our sense of service. It's all about finding ways to support you. Day after day, doing everything we can to be useful and providing energy in all its forms. Everywhere, every time, all across the continent.
The global partner of AFCON 2025.
These jerseys aren't 100% polyester. They are 30% lessons learned the hard way, 50% hope, turning threads into memories, 20% triumphs dreamed and prayed for. This is Africa, 100% made of us.
Dakika 45 tukiwa tunazichambua hapa mchezo kati ya Benin dhidi ya Botswana. Kumbuka timu zote mbili hazijawahi kupata ushindi wowote katika fainali za AFCON. Sasa leo tunasubiri kwamba hali itakuwaje. Tuangazie takwimu za dakika 45 za kipindi cha kwanza. Takwimu zinatuambia kitu gani hasa? Hapa ndio sehemu ambayo ya kuweza kuangazia takwimu zetu katika dakika 45, dakika ambazo zinamalizika kwa Benin anakwenda mapumziko akiwa yuko mbele kwa bao 1-0. Takwimu ambazo umiliki wa mchezo hali ipoje, bila kusahau pia kuhusiana na jinsi ambavyo timu wameweza kuperform kadi na kadhalika. Mechi ambayo mwanadada kutokea Uganda ndiye ambaye mwamuzi Afrika Mashariki anatoa mwamuzi ambaye anachezesha, ukiachana na Dr. Peter Waweru ambaye aliweza kuchezesha mechi hapo jana. Ni mechi nyingine tena Afrika Mashariki. Pacific kutoka Burundi tumemuona pia,
Samuel kutoka Rwanda.
Yes,
wamepata nafasi marefari wa East Africa, na kama takwimu zinavyojionyesha unaona kabisa dhahiri shairi ni kitu ambacho watu wajazingatia zaidi hizi namba ambazo ziko. Benini kama ilivyokuwa kwenye mechi iliyopita kaposesi zaidi, na unaona timu ya pili kama tulivyosema ndio ile shots on target ni 1-1, lakini ya upande wa Benini na faida kwa sababu ni goli. Sasa hizi hawafikiwi kama ilivyokuwa kwenye mechi ya kwanza. Angalia pasi walizopiga zikawa completed ni 238 huko wao wamepiga 143. Dhahiri inaenda kuhusianisha na ile possession ambayo iliko pale. Ball recover wamerecover mara 23 au wamerecover mara 21. Hakuna tofauti kubwa. Closest ndio wote wameinvest kwenye hayo. Ndio maeneo ambayo kwenye football wanasema previous era, nyakati za nyuma. Hiyo ni moja kati ya kitu ambacho toka mwanzo kilifanywa utafiti na ikaja ikathibitika kwamba magoli mengi yanatengenezwa kwenye mipira ya cross. Kwa hiyo wengi au timu nyingi zinawekeza kwenye hicho.
Bado tunaenda kuangalia kipindi cha pili cha aina gani?
Kipindi cha pili ambacho naiona Benin inaweza hata kuongeza bao lingine, kwa sababu Botswana bahati mbaya sana hizo wanazofika pale mbele pale wamekuwa impotent. Na imeonekana hata wakati wanafuzu walifunga mabao 4 tu, timu ambayo imefuzu pekee na mabao 4.
AFCON Morocco 2025 ni katika uwanja wa Mwana Mfalme Moulay Abdallah, na dakika 45 za kwanza zikiwa zimemalizika, wangali mbele Benin. Je, wamerudi na majibu gani kuelekea dakika 45 za kipindi cha pili Botswana? Tusubiri na kuona hali itakavyokuwa. Idi,
ni swali rahisi na ni gumu pia. Huenda jena tugoa wakatujibu kwenye dakika 45 za kipindi cha pili, lakini pia Morena Rameroboli kwenye dakika hizi 45 za kipindi cha pili huenda pia akatujibu swali letu, ni jinsi gani anaweza akasawazisha na jinsi gani anaweza akaipatia alama 3 kwa mara ya kwanza Botswana the Zebras tangu aanze kushiriki michuano hii, ambapo mara ya mwisho mwaka 2012 kwenye michezo mitatu yote walifungwa. Mbaya zaidi mabao 6 walifungwa dhidi ya Guinea, lakini bado dakika 45 za kipindi cha pili huenda zikatujibu zaidi, na shughuli ndio inaanzia hapo.
Wakati yanafanyika mabadiliko, upande wa Botswana. Haya ni mabadiliko ya kiufundi pasina shaka. Wachezaji wawili watatoka, wawili wataingia. Mimi watatu watatoka, wawili wataingia. Na yes, tayari mmoja amekwisha toka. Tayari mmoja amekwisha toka, wa pili akaingia. Mchezaji wa tatu, mabadiliko yanafanyika namna hiyo. Ni mabadiliko ya kiufundi haya Dinonga. Pengine sijui kocha ameona nini na kuamua kufanya mabadiliko hayo.
Nakupa anacheza kwenye eneo la kiungo, na kama ukijiuliza kwenye dakika 45 za kipindi cha kwanza, eneo kubwa ama eneo ambalo Botswana walikuwa wanapata shida ama changamoto kubwa ilikuwa ni eneo la kiungo, sehemu ilifikia mpaka mchezaji ambaye anacheza kwenye eneo la kiungo alipata kadi za manjano. Hivyo Morena Rameroboli ameenda kuongeza zaidi kwenye eneo la kiungo kuweza kuona watafanya nini Botswana kwenye dakika hizi 45 za kipindi cha pili.
Mimi ni Gwalugano Mwakalobo, niko na Idi Nonga kuletea matangazo haya. Mchezo wa kombe la mataifa Afrika, mchezo wa pili kwa Benin, mchezo wa pili kwa Botswana, hatua ya makundi katika kundi D. Mpira kwenye umiliki wa Benin, fanikiwa kupita, lakini mwamuzi anapuliza kipenga, ishara ya kwamba kuna namna imechezwa ndivyo sivyo.
This time, and it's a free kick for Benin.
Yeah, free kick in the middle of the field and gives Benin an opportunity to launch that ball into the box. As you can see, they're sending their big boys into this box. They are showing that they're going to whip it in there. They'll be hoping to get a good ball into this box. They've been dominant in the air against Botswana, and they will hope to dominate again and get that second goal, a cushion goal that they definitely will need to get in this game.
Long chance into the box area, but well, didn't look like there was any potency there as it's quickly launched up once again. Looking to go onto the front foot. Botswana just haven't found the gear to click into, and aiming to use the route one approach. Not so sure it's going to pay as many dividends as they would want.
Benin have some big boys at the back there, so this route one that Botswana are trying to utilize will not work for them because Benin is dominating with the aerial ball. It's quite a physical team, this Benin side, so Botswana will need to find a way to get stuck in there as well and try and compete physically. But if they can't compete physically, they will have to try and get hold of possession and knock it around to make Benin uncomfortable, because so far Benin are just playing in their comfort zone.
Well, look to approach once again on the flanks. Roche, scorer now looking to turn provider. That's met by the captain. Not enough distance on that for him to be able to make any positive impact. Now the build-up from deep will start once again. Through pass to the forefront. Nice touch up front, and that's intercepted and picked up again by the Cheetahs, who will now once again look to click into full gear. Olaitan Jr. fashioning out some brilliant movements in that midfield and finding himself largely untracked.
The Cheetahs are making it look quite easy here because they're not being pressed enough by Botswana. Botswana seems comfortable just sitting back and trying to play on the counter attack, but it has not worked for them, so they will need to change their approach, try and, you know, compete a little bit more, get out of their comfort zone and attack Benin and put them under pressure.
Well, the touch is good here from Baruti. Gilbert tried to find his way forward, but quickly found himself impeded. Could not carry forth. A lot of offensives here started by Botswana, but they peter out just as quickly as they start. It reminds you of those monsoon tropical rains that you anticipate with a lot of favor, and then they just die down as quickly as they started.
Yeah.
Out on the flank, well crossed in, cleared away. And now Botswana to launch. Hard to place a pattern on their style of play. For the moment, they just seem content on having the ball consistently moving. And there's a foul. Oh, vehement protests again. Olutshiwa could have dug himself into some very potent problems here.
Yeah, just looks like he went in late for that challenge. Looks like he won the ball, but he must have caught a little bit of Tosin as he was trying to clear that ball. I think it was just follow through, but not so much into it there. He looks like he actually got the ball, and Tosin just made a meal out of that challenge. Tosin has quite been quiet in this game. He hasn't really shown his abilities so far in this game. He's tried to make a few runs here and there, but not the kind of player that is expected of him from this Benin team. Benin with a free kick there, trying to get something out of it. They have had a lot of these opportunities and nothing has come out of it just as yet.
Olaitan launches and there's a foul there. That's a free kick. A little too enthusiastic from Mohamed Tijani. And, sent his marker sprawling to the floor. Looks like the substitutes are not going to stand on occasion here. The bomb squad, as they're popularly known, are already getting deployed by the respective coaches. I should tell you that 90 minutes doesn't seem like a lifetime away, especially in a match of these proportions. Botswana have never kept a clean sheet at the African Cup of Nations. They're not doing so tonight. The other thing they are yet to see, apart from a win, is they've never had a draw at the African Cup of Nations.
Either win or lose for them. No half-half. Not a very good record.
I'm not so sure they've even seen a win yet. Crossing, goalkeeper. Full stretch, just manages to claw that away. Another show of intent from the Cheetahs. And now on the counter-attack, here comes a good offensive outrun here by Botswana. The cross there left a bit wanting from Motshuthi Johnson. Center of the park, spread out. Momentarily lose possession, but once again go forward. Space seemed to have opened up here for them, but only just. Velapi seems to enjoy some good spells going forward, but now has to trek back and defend as Olaitan looks to exploit the space left behind. Set that through, walking pace. Ooh, takes a trip. It's coming together, and the referee seemed to signal that that was, if I'm not mistaken, a foul by Moni. He seemed to have had the ball and seemed to have lost it. Oh, yes. Good call. Good call from the referee.
Very, very good call. Good run there.
that that's the last opportunity afforded. It's a last chance saloon. Atijiku has barely been on the pitch for 10 minutes and he's already getting the riot act read to him.
You can see he's a very, very strong player, always willing to get stuck in there. But the referees have been very good in this counter. Kept their cool, commanded the game very well. Not a lot of incidents, and she has not allowed any mischievous behaviors from these players.
Well, the sun is waning and it's an overcast sky that now looks down upon the pitch. Benin hold forth. Botswana on the attack, good cross coming in. The ball is intercepted out onto the left. A chance to whip it back in. The goalkeeper, well, just manages to get a palm to that and change the trajectory of the ball. Another shrill of the whistle, and it's a free kick. Wasn't going to be able to fully get his hands onto that. Marcel and Gino just did enough to put it out of danger's way, and Roche out here to clear up any pieces here that would have stayed from that particular defensive clean out.
Yeah, not the best of clearances from the goalkeeper in that situation there, but he was lucky that his defender was right behind him and just helped him to clear away that ball.
And you know, Marcel tips it out to the side. There's a chance to go forward, Verdon. Oro, that ball is cleared away. Well, neither team looks content to retain possession and try to build patterns. It's a lot of turnovers in possession. Oh, you hope that there must be a method to the chaos. Oh, 360 turn, brilliant here to the thrill of the fans. Mohamed Tijani.
Yeah, looks good to the eye there, but I think Aitan had an opportunity to get himself out of trouble there, but tried to be a little bit fancy, and you can see his teammates are having a talk at him because instead of keeping it simple, he tries to be a little bit fancy, and those are kind of mistakes that end up resulting in giving goals away, unnecessary goals away. So you should try and keep it simple.
Was equally executed here brilliantly as well by Alford Velafi. Substitution, and it looks like that's the end of the game here for none other than
gets Botswana over the line in this game.
Flies his trade in Botswana for Jangweng Galaxy. Possession now for Botswana. Johnson back in there for Iflokwe. Invites the goalkeeper Foko to come in play a bit. Stepping out of the 18-yard box there and try to make up the numbers at the back.
Yeah.
Quick 1-2. And now romping forward, trying to get some width here. Johnson continues on the attack. The cross is in. That's easily chested down. Well, looked like it was traveling out and could have easily resulted in a corner.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be the case.
But some very good defending from Tijani there. The ball was definitely out of play there. No wonder the Benin players had protested that one. But you are always told, play to the whistle, because the referee might not always play according to your demand. So that was some poor decision-making from the players of Benin in that situation.
A sheer volume of passes that's been made by Benin tells the entire story, more than double what Botswana have put on display as well. Interesting play that is put in here by Motsushi Johnson. It's going into the overlap, and there he is once again. Gets onto the ball, tactically adept at the defense, but also taking time to go forward. Though I would say that's an indictment on the work that at the moment Olaitan is putting up, because it's his wing that he's romping clear forward on. Feels no threat at the back.
Yeah. He's had a good game, Johnson. I think he's helped defend, and he's also helped attacking as well.
A little lackluster here from Benin.
Yeah.
It's to switch on.
It's a
Cannot
very
afford to get ballsy here. Mohamed Tijani.
Too comfortable. He got too comfortable for his own liking, then almost put his team under a lot of unnecessary pressure. When he had the opportunity to just clear the ball there, he tried to play it smartly, and it almost put him in a lot of trouble.
Well, momentarily, the goal scorer Roche finds himself stopped by Diana Chikotesha. Defense, and now they'll have a chance to venture forward. Botswana will realize there's a small window of opportunity here to get numbers forward, and that ball bubbles away. The shot comes not on target. Well, they've done everything, huffed and puffed and created opportunities. Some have literally been handed to them. The one thing they are still unable to do is figure out how to hit the target.
Yeah, they have not given themselves a lot of good opportunities to hit the target, and he was just being speculative, trying to take a chance. But unfortunately, he could not get the strike properly.
Oliver Verdode gets the ball up front. A chance to chest this one down. Tossing through the center of the park. Pulling the strings and running the marshal of that midfield. Benin, pretty comfortable, plenty of space afforded to them at the center of the park.
Yeah, because you can see Botswana just trying to fall behind the ball as well, so they're not really putting pressure in the middle of the park and allowing Benin to thread through those little passes that they're able to do in this game, and they've been dangerous, and Botswana will need to be wary of those passes in the middle of the park.
1 hour and 3 minutes played, and the attack is on once again for Benin into the box area. Looks to shake and dazzle. Two players marking, support incoming, forced out of the 18-yard. And the attack still eminent right at the edge. Can they find the right slot? And it's in here. Opened up, cut back is good, twist and a turn, set up for the shot, comes pile driver. Goalkeeper manages to avert that. Excellent reflexes, so close to goal number 2. But he did not earn his stripes for nothing. Poko with an instant reflex. I'm not so sure he could even see the proper direction of that ball. On any other day, that should have ended up in the back of the net.
It should have been a goal there from Benin, but Muni could not just get his foot around the ball there to steer it into the back of the net. But some good play from Benin.
Danger still here as another throw will now be launched. Olaitan with a throw. Benin once again applying the pressure on Botswana's final third. Meeting numbers forward. Long throw to the box, brushed off, teased in. Eventually doesn't land well enough for them. Doku turning out to be
ball out of danger.
Right back Tamimu Oro just racing in and blasting that. There's a shove here, but referee it continue. Contact sport it is. That was